Hello. Yes. Uh, we are again on our topic, most popular goal setting systems. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Yes, for watching these trainings. Yes. Again, introduction. My name is Anthony Muhumuza. I'm an author. I've written two books. One is The Way Within. Another one is Dream, Think, Achieve. These are philosophy books. Just my philosophy. Yes, I got my philosophy from different cultures and different people. For example, the Romans, actually, most of them they are ancient cultures. I just studied about them and did some research, and then I they were resilient, why they had purpose in life. For example, at that early age, they used to nurture children from their young age, and they grow them. Like for example, a boy was raised to be a boy, was raised to take families, to be responsible. They were at an early age, and that boy was raised to work with to work with the to work with men, and they were raised to be men who are responsible. But most times these days you find men who are 30s 40s, but they behave like children. What do I mean? They are not responsible. They want to depend on others. But at those, for example, when you see the Vikings, when you see the Romans, when you see the Spartans, they were raised like men who have purpose in future, who have purpose. So they were raised to take care of their families. They were raised to be responsible. They were raised to to be in control. Now, for example, you see sometimes here some men run away from responsibility. Yet they have everything that could take care of their families, but they run away. But although some have challenges, but most times when you see these people, they were there for their families. They were there for everything. Yes, so I studied those cultures, and I tried to see why they were resilient and why they had purpose. For example, a man was raised to have a purpose to take care of families. Yes, when you read, it's not about this philosophy is mine, but it's not that I just develop it. I I studied cultures, those cultures. So when you read about those cultures, when you research about them, you will find that it's the same thing. That's how they did. When you look at the Vikings, a man, for example, at 15 years, he was a man. He could take care of families. He was brave. They put brave. They developed them to be brave. When you see other like the Spartans, some cultures were even raised. They gave military what military trainings to young girls when they are still at an age, so that they may also, when these boys or when the men go to fight in battles, these women could also have skills to defend themselves in case the enemy do what attack the villages. So these girls were also raised they were at an early age. They were taken to military camps, and they were raised like men. But at 14, then they take them back home to their mothers, and their mothers start now nurturing them to become wives. This, how to cook, how to how to treat a man. And then they grew up to like what responsible women, and now they had all they could defend their family, they could raise their children well, so they were responsible. When you look at that culture, so every side, when you look at a man, he was raised to be a man. When you look at to the girl, he was raised to be a girl, and a dependent woman. So when these people, when the men went to hunt, when the when the what when the men went to war, these women were responsible for their families. They took responsibility. They know they were in charge. Yes, so that's this philosophy I did some research about, and I saw how these people were resilient and how they raised their children, how they yes, how they raised their children, and how they were responsible. Yes, so that is that. Thank you. I'm also a financial advisor. I do sales and marketing. Uh, I also finish a diploma in human resource. Yes, so that's me. So let's go to our topics. That is popular goal settings. Yeah. Today we are going to handle about backward planning. B backward planning, that is one system, and also B HAG, which is big, hairy, and audacious goals. So the first our first topic is backward planning. So we see with backward planning, this goal setting approach encourages starting with the desired outcome and working back to create a plan for achieving it. Backward planning follows the beginning with the end in mind philosophy. So we see with this planning or setting goals, you start with the end. You start with the end. You don't start with the beginning. You start with the end, and then you come, and then you until you reach to the beginning. So it's from backward. Yes, it involves four steps designed to produce a feasible and actionable strategy. Yes, so we are going to below is the example using the goal of publishing a novel. For example, if you want to publish a novel, so this, for example, the first step is identify a long-term goal. So you identify the long-term goal. What are you going to achieve in the long term? Suppose you want to publish a novel in 6 months. This is your long-term goal. Yes, this is your long-term goal. And then, for example, you wanted to publish a novel, or your purpose is writing. So the end-term goal is writing, publishing a novel. So you don't start with a writing. So the end is publishing a novel. Yes. Step two, identify required action. Publishing a novel involves many tasks. That is writing a draft, proofreading, editing, revising, selecting a title, designing a cover, formatting the book, pricing it, and planning the release. Yes, so these all steps are fall in what? In writing a novel or a book. While some tasks can be outsourced, the key is identifying all required action. So from getting the result, which is publishing a novel, you see the process it takes. Yes. And then the step three is create milestones. Break the goal into measurable sub goals aligned with your deadline. So you have to make a deadline when you're doing this. When you have set a goal. Yes, you put it in a deadline. A typical novel is about 80,000 words. Assume you reserve 1 month for editing. You can complete the draft in 5 months. Or in brackets, that is 2 weeks. Yes, this requires, I mean, 20 weeks. This requires writing approximately 4,000 words per week. Yes, these weekly targets serve as milestones. So we see here most now, for example, here we are looking at real writers. We are not looking at AI. For example, now most times here people produce even books when they don't know what is in the publish books when they don't know what is even the content. Yes, but here we are looking at real writers who write uh, purpose writing. When you know what you're writing. Yes, because you have to make research and write things from your heart, because most times After doing research, you compile that planning, or that information, and then you make it, you own it. But with AI, of course, someone just puts words and then it produces what? Produces it produces content which you even don't know, which you have not done research about. But with this writing, what I'm explaining here, some you have to make your own research, and then after research, read about it and internalize it, and then you start producing from your heart things you understand, things you know, so that in case if people can try to interview you, you know what to talk. Even you can teach what you have written. Yes. So step 4, prepare preliminary steps. Before writing the first milestone, you need to decide on the plot, create an outline, and select writing software. Yes, and select writing software. So the tools you're going to do what? To use. These 4 steps comprise the backward planning system. Its strength lie in simplicity, practicality, and its emphasis on actionable plans and deadlines. So these are the things you consider. Yes, actionable plan and deadline. For example, most times you may make a plan and the plan does not work out because you have not developed an actionable plans and deadlines. So these deadlines and actionable plans help you to process or to work out in the time period you have set for your goals. Yes, and also to be accountable of your goals. One drawback is the lack of a formal review process. So when you say that you're lacking behind, then there is something you're missing in your process, or there's something that you have not followed. While milestones keep progress on track, the system does not explicitly encourage reassessing whether the goal still aligns with the personal values. For example, discovering mid-project that you dislike fiction writing should prompt re-evaluation to avoid wasted effort. Now, for example, with fiction writing, actually, it's a bit, for you, it's a bit complicated. For example, if fiction writing is something that you just imagine about. Sometimes it doesn't even need research, but it also uh, sometimes it doesn't need research. It's about your experience, what you can imagine. But sometimes if you're creative, you can do research, and then with after doing research, you compile all this into your imagination. Into your imagination, you develop your something new from that the information you have got. So which means that it becomes yours, and 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 unique. You get ideas from these people, from this information you have done research, but it's a bit different. Yes. We go to another system which is big, hairy, and audacious goals. Yes, big, hairy, audacious goals. A framework involves setting bold, long-term goals that may appear extraordinary or even unrealistic to others. Examples include climbing an Annapurna, or building a billionaire dollar company, or becoming head of state. Steps to create for example, you have to create a goal that you see that is a bit challenging. In Luganda osobola okugamba nti kwegamba ogibuildinga olaba etasoboka. You get a goal which you see that is a bit too hard to achieve. Yes. Step 1 is brainstorm a bold long-term goal. So it should be another thing. It should be long-term. It does not be short-term. The goal should be emotionally compelling, specific, and clearly defined. So here it should motivate you. It should inspire you, that goal. That is emotionally compelling. Yes, and it also should be specific, because most times you create a goal, but when it's not specific, yes. For example, sometimes they may ask you, "What is your goal?" Today you're giving another one. After 2 weeks, you're giving another thing. Yeah, you understand. So you have to be specific. You have to understand who you are. That's you. It becomes an identity. That's creating an identity. Yes. For example, if you are a bird, then you have to fly. Yes, it has to be specific, and you don't become a bird and then you start to do what, to swim. You understand? So you have to understand who you are and what you want to achieve. That is specific. Yes. Uh, step two: evaluate feasibility. Assess whether you have or can realistically acquire the time, energy, attention, resources needed over the long term. Yes. So that's step two. Step three is commit fully. Pledge to take sustainable action toward achieving the goal. So here you commit fully. There's no side. There's no what? There's no. There's no plan B. Then plan B is what? Is plan A. Plan C is plan A. So you have to commit to that goal. Then big, hairy, and audacious goal are similar to 10 times 10 time goals. For example, what do I mean here? That is more is if you're creating a one goal for you, then this big, hairy, and audacious goal is so big that it's doubles other goals. So it has to make other people say that is impossible. Yes. Goals that are 10 times larger than what seems practical. Yes. While such goals may not be fully achieved, the effort invested often produces exceptional results. Even partial success can yield outcomes for beyond conventional expectancy. What do this mean? This means that even though you don't achieve those goals, but the journey you have taken, or it is partial, or it is quarter, when people see you in that journey, they will see that you have achieved a lot. So the goal is big, but even if you achieve just quarter of it, you have achieved much. Even if you and when you achieve half, then it becomes people really wonder how you achieved it. So the goal has to be big. That the little you achieve also is big to other people. Yes. So that was the training. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got much from these goals, because I understand that some goals have what have some challenges. Yes, some challenges whereby they don't require you to do what, to revise the goals to see whether the goals are still on your values, but also it depends on you now, which goal you want to use and which goal you want to set for yourself. I mean, which goal system you want to set for yourself. Yes, as a person, you can decide and say that this is the one I want to choose, or this one can work for me, or this one can't work for me. Yes, from the 10, they are 10 goal setting systems. So in 10, you can't fail to get one or two, or even three. So it depends on the which goal you want to achieve. Yes. My number, in case you want to contact me, maybe for the book, that is my number. Or if you want to join our investment program, that is Unitrust Britain, because we also have that program. This is the reason why I have set this goal setting system, because now we have begun the year, and we want to achieve something. We want to set goals and achieve them. So without funds, most times it's difficult to achieve goals, and also without, because most times we are beaten down. Now, for example, if you want to create wealth, you are not you don't have a backup fund. You don't have fund that can support your what your your goals. You don't have insurance. It's a bit hard. Now, for example, imagine you maybe now right now you are somewhere. Yeah? You have maybe you have property, you have your house, you have your land, you have a stable family. Hmm? Your schools your children are going to school, you have a good job. Now what if maybe you get a loan to support your to advance or to support your side business? Maybe you want to make your wife get a business, and then you get some loan, and then you try to give your wife you to develop a business for them, and then maybe the loan doesn't work out properly, and then the people you're getting loans from come and take start. Now maybe you put your house there, they come and take your house. Imagine, they would take your house, and then you go back and start renting maybe, and you go back to zero, or even not to zero, but you start now, start figuring out things, and then you start getting challenges, and maybe you find that all your wealth you have been built now is coming down. But when you have insurance, and you have insured your house, insured your properties, insured your land, insured your things, even if you get challenges like that, uh, y- y- of course, insurance covers you. Yes. So we encourage you to do insurance with us at Britam, and also to come if you can call me on this number or come to our offices. Yes. Uh, we believe that you will be developing as we also grow. You will also be growing from one level to another level every day. And you're secure about you're secure about your life and your properties to be growing daily, because now you're working. We believe that you have goals and you'll be achieving your goals. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the training. We shall be doing other trainings. See you in another one. Thanks for your time.